the Amazon, let us out, and then followed us. The king was already far ahead of me down this private gallery of his. I tried to keep up with him, and the necessity of walking faster made me feel how yesterday's cuts had crippled my feet. So I hobbled and shambled, while Tattoo in her sturdy military stride came behind me. She had bolted the door of the small room from outside so that nobody could follow, and after we had crossed the gallery, which was about 50 feet long, she lifted another heavy wood bolt from the door at that end. This must have weighed like iron, for her knees sank, but the old woman had a powerful build and knew her job. The king went through, and I saw a staircase descending. It was wide enough, but dark, black ahead. A corrupt, moldering smell rose from this darkness, which made me choke a little. But the king went right through into the moldering darkness, and I thought, what this calls for is a miner's lamp or a cage of canaries, trying to josh the fears out of my heart. But okay, I thought, if I've got to go, down I go. 1, 2, 3, and on your way, Captain Henderson. You see, at such a moment, I would call on my military self. Thus I mastered my anxious feelings, chiefly by making my legs go, and entered this darkness. "King?" I said, when I was in. But there was no answer. My voice had a quaver. I heard it myself, and then I caught the rapid pounding of steps below. I extended both arms, but found no rail or wall. However, by the cautious use of my feet, I discovered that the stairs were broad and even. All light from above was cut off when Tattoo slammed the door. Next moment, I heard a heavy bolt bump into place. Now I had no alternative except to follow downward or to sit down and wait until the king turned back to me, with which alternative I risked the loss of his respect and all the rest that I had gained yesterday by overcoming Mumma. Therefore I continued, while I told myself what a rare and probably great man that king was, how he must be nothing less than a genius, and how astonishing his personal beauty was, how the hum he made reminded me of that power station on 16th Street in New York on a hot night, how we were friends and bound by a truth-telling agreement. Finally, how he predicted that nobility had a greater future than ever. Of all the elements in the catalogue, this last had most appeal to me. Thus I groped with sore feet after him, and kept saying to myself, "Have faith, Henderson. It's about time you had some faith." Presently there was some light, and the end of the staircase came in view. The width of the stairs was due to the architectural crudeness of the palace. I was now beneath the building. Daylight came from a narrow opening above my head. This light was originally yellow but became gray by contact with stones. In the opening, 2 iron spikes were set to keep even a child from creeping through. Examining my situation, I found a small passage cut from the granite which led downward to another flight of stairs, which were of stone too. These were narrower and ran to a great depth, and soon I found them broken, with grass springing and soil leaking out through the cracks. "King?" I called. "King? Hey, are you down there, Your Highness?" But nothing came from below except drafts of warm air that lifted up the spider webs. What's the guy's hurry? I thought, and my cheeks twitched and I continued to go down. Instead of cooling, the air appeared warmer. The light filled up the stony space like a gray and yellow fluid, the surfaces of the wall acting as a filter, for the atmosphere was distributed as evenly as water. I came to the bottom, the last few steps being of earth, and the bases of the walls themselves mixed with soil, which recalled to me the speckled vision of twilight at Banville-sur-Mer in that aquarium, where I saw that creature, the octopus, pressing its head against the glass. But where I had felt coldness here I felt very warm. I proceeded, feeling my apparel, the helmet, of course, but even the green silk pants of the Rain King, which were light and flimsy, as excessive, a drag on me.